The world is in a fix right now. I mean that both ways. It's in trouble, and it is working to fix its trouble. And that is essentially what our readings are about today. Being in a tough spot and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, despair to hope, dark to light, blindness to sight, death to life. During our online Bible study this past week, we reviewed Ezekiel, the Old Testament reading for today. At first read, the text can seem pretty dark. All those rattling bones, a whole valley of them. And our psalm today, Psalm 130, isn't sweetness and light either. Out of the depths have I called, laments the psalmist. And the gospel story according to John, Lazarus is dead. All real cheery stuff. But the darkness isn't the end of those stories. We have little to compare our current COVID-19 fix to. I do remember the polio scare summer one year in the 1950s when the Syracuse, New York local swimming pools were closed down. But mostly the scare was an adult worry about us, not a kid's worry, until the boy up the street got it and things got much more worrisome. The US was in a fix, and it got fixed by Dr. Jonas Salk and the polio vaccine. So now a polio update. In 2018, there were only 33 cases of polio reported in the whole world. A fix fixed. Despair to hope and health. The 5th century BCE, before the Common Era, that fix that Ezekiel the prophet was writing about was the capture and destruction of Jerusalem by the Babylonians. After the siege, the Babylonians marched Israel's upper class, entrepreneurial, and skilled workers into exile. The temple was destroyed. This essentially destroyed Israel as a nation because the people who could help recover her from the Babylonian destruction were gone, and the cultural and religious center and symbol of their faith was destroyed. This was a dark time for the Hebrew people. This was a lot of very dry bones, death in the valley to deal with. Yet, the Lord called Ezekiel in exile to be his prophet to his people. God commands Ezekiel to prophesy to God's people that the time was coming when the desiccated bones of Jerusalem would again gain their strength. They would come together. They would have life of sinew and muscle and skin. They would stand strong again because God is always with the people Israel. God would breathe life again into the nation with which he was in covenant. This was a dark time that would be overcome. Jerusalem would live again. Desiccated bones to a life in community again. The gospel reading, the whole chapter 11 of the gospel according to John, is also a dark story. Illness, delay to respond, death, tears and grieving, but also faith and hope and joy. Lazarus was Jesus's friend. Lazarus' sisters were Jesus's friends, and yet Jesus waited 2 days before he journeyed to visit those friends. We heard last Sunday from chapter 9 how Jesus had cured a man blind from birth. Jesus now wanted to do something to show his disciples and ultimately other Jews who would witness the miracle that he, Jesus, represented not only darkness and light, but resurrection in life. Here was the ultimate cause for despair, a death of a friend. Yet there was hope for life if one believes that the way of life is to follow Jesus. Then even death is no obstacle. Hence, despair to hope, death to life. What an extraordinary time we are going through. Last Thanksgiving, as we enjoyed the day with family and friends, there was no sight of COVID-19 on the horizon. In 4 months, it has infested over 300,000. It overwhelms the world's healthcare systems. It keeps us isolated from each other like we would never have imagined happening. And yet, in this fix we are in, people are working to get it fixed. We have this Zoom connection that keeps us connected. We can even see each other. That was not possible when the flu hit the world after World War I, or when the world experienced waves of polio over the millennia. Communication has its glitches, yes, but with patience on everyone's part and people who are working so hard to keep us up and connecting, we are here this morning with each other. The disease and its control is a serious fix we are in, of course. But Doctors Fauci and Birx have and are continuing to speak the truth. The country is listening. Governors and mayors are governing. Hospitals and staff are working tirelessly. Researchers are working hard to get medicines and a vaccine that might work. Suppliers are working 24/7 to get supplies to hospitals and to the at-home public. Kids are being schooled at home, again through the magic of computer technology. We are doing this. The country is making it. It's being fixed. Maybe not as fast as we'd like, but it is being fixed. Despair and fear change to hope and health. You folks at St. Paul's Walnut Creek have a particular gift of fix-it. You have a gift of hospitality that is extraordinary. I have seen passengers approach folks who wander into our sanctuary or into our coffee hours, and those folks might seem a bit odd. No worries. You approach the strangers, welcome them, and engage in conversation with them. This is a gift that you offer to the world. Your embrace of me, welcoming me when I just showed up a year ago, laughing at my corny jokes, giving hugs way back when hugs were hygienically correct. You have no idea how precious this has been to me. St. Paul's gift of hospitality is a gift from and to this parish community and to Walnut Creek as a whole. This gift you have is fixing a broken time because you reach out to each other and to others you can reach via phone and computer or tablet or by yelling across your backyards or across the street. I know you have been doing that, but I want to encourage you to continue to do it. It is so important to stay connected with the world. This is the fix you can do. It is an important contribution, and you are so good at it. Blessings to you as you carry on. Please do follow those safety rules and safeguards. Then, when this crisis is over, we can do our hospitable best to celebrate and pray in the sanctuary, in the parish hall, and in the courtyard. We will dance the day and night fantastic, but because we trusted that hope and love will get us through and get it fixed, and they will. And we will have helped fix the fix we are in. Amen.